Hello, my name is Rachel. I am today's guest book reviewer. Let's get started. First, a quick introduction. My name is Rachel. I have many names that I will go through at the end of this video. I like books, I like ducks, and I like photos, but let's not get into that. The first book I have read in full this year is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Roald Dahl. One of my childhood favourites. I wanted to start the year off in something good, so I've started with this. This has always been one of my favourite books because I remember very vividly when I was very small. It was one of the first books I read on my own, which I was very proud of. Now, 7-year-old me wasn't very good at spelling yet. I hadn't read the book in a long time, so I wasn't sure on the spelling of some of the people's names. And so when I had to write the name Willy Wonka, I used my imagination. So let's go through my imagination process of what I thought was how to spell. I don't know how to spell Wonka, but Wonka sounds like want, which is W-A-N-T. So Wonka must be W-A-N-K-E-R. Yes, I wrote a full book report with that as the spelling of Willy Wonka. Oh dear. We still have that report somewhere. I'm not sure where. I'm going to dig it out at some point because that's going to be brilliant. So, back to the book. Now, this is a fantastic book. It's full of imagination. It gives hope as a child that you can achieve anything if you're good. Charlie got the factory because he was nice and he didn't ask for it. He didn't ask for his big supply of chocolate, and so he got it. I think that's a great message to give a child. You know, if you're nice to people, you get the best things in life. I love the illustrations in this. I mean, look at that. That's fantastic illustrations. And it's like one of the best. Oh dear, it's got something in it. I didn't see this before. It's a drawing I did. I didn't see this before. It's a drawing from when I was little. Roald Dahl is one of my favourite authors, or at least it was as a child. It's a timeless classic. I don't think it's one that I'm ever going to get bored of. And I'm always going to be able to go back to it, which is great. So this goes on my children's classic shelf, which is down there. Like, another reason I love this book is because if you can flip it open to a random page and you'll find something on it that's bloody hilarious, which is one of the benefits of reading kids' books. But let me just read you this. "He'll be perfectly safe," said Mr. Wonka, giggling slightly. "He'll be chocolate fudge," shrieked Mrs. Gloop. "Never," cried Mr. Wonka. "Of course he will," shrieked Mrs. Gloop. "I wouldn't allow it," cried Mr. Wonka. "And why not?" cried Mrs. Gloop. "Because the taste would be terrible," said Mr. Wonka. "Just imagine it. Augustus-flavoured chocolate-coated Gloop. No one would buy it." "They most certainly would," cried Mr. Gloop indignantly. So Mrs. Gloop is normally, well, quite believably, terrified because her son's been sucked up some pipe somewhere. And Mr. Gloop is offended that Mr. Wonka thinks that his son won't taste nice. It's the classic, my child is better than any other thing. Which is fine, but I don't think I'd argue that your kid is going to taste nice. Roald Dahl, I love him. He's just, mwah. Fantastic. Back to me. I am known as I'm Amazing So Deal With It on YouTube. I have my channel. I do a lot of vlogs. You might find me interesting. Nerdfighter, as you can see by my Pizza John. I'm a Ravenclaw. I think I'm a Ravenpuff. If I get to do a book review again, I will be reviewing this, which is my favourite book of all time, The Late Tex Kipling by David Thewlis. And I can say a lot about this, so this review will be much better than this one. Links to my Tumblr, Facebook and YouTube channels are in my pants, and the next video will be brought to you on Tuesday by Kate. So thank you, UpLateReading, for having me. See you again, hopefully.